Welcome back to Crypto Atlas, your daily source for crypto whale alerts, crypto market news, and DeFi gems. And whales are on the move again. And this time, it's Ripple itself, shifting a staggering 74 million XRP that's worth nearly $170 million from its main wallet to a brand new address. That kind of internal shuffle usually means something big is brewing, and it couldn't come at a more critical moment. Because today, October 18th, 2025, the market is bracing for what could be a historic decision, the approval of Grayscale's XRP Spot ETF. So Ripple just activated a fresh wallet. This is the address that starts with RBUDH. And immediately it began receiving huge inflows. First, there was $73 million, 73 million XRP, I should say, worth approximately $167 million. Then there were a few other transactions. There was 74 million XRP, and then there was also this 73 million XRP, all of these directly from Ripple's known distribution account. This isn't your usual retail transfer. It looks like Ripple's internal liquidity management, possibly staging funds for institutional use or upcoming ODL corridors. The wallet now holds over 220 million XRP, and analysts are watching it closely to see if any of that supply heads towards exchanges after today's what's looking to be likely ETF ruling. Think of it as Ripple rearranging the chessboard right before a major play. So let's go ahead and talk about that major main event. Grayscale's XRP Spot ETF is expected to receive its SEC decision today, and this could be one of the most defining moments in XRP's history. If approved, it would mark the first time a non-Bitcoin, non-Ethereum crypto gets a US-listed spot ETF, a massive step for regulatory legitimacy. This move would finally give traditional investors, from hedge funds to retirement accounts, a clean, regulated way to gain exposure to XRP without touching crypto wallets. I was hearing something about Solana, I believe yesterday. So I might be wrong. It could be Solana came first, but XRP would definitely be right up there, potentially right afterwards. And analysts are saying that approval could trigger strong inflows, boost on-chain liquidity, and push XRP towards the 150 range depending on the launch timing. But beyond price, this would signal XRP's full acceptance in the US financial system, a remarkable shift considering its past regulatory battles. Even if the SEC delays, the fact that XRP is being seriously considered at this level shows how far the project has come. And you can also see right here that this is not the only ETF that we're looking at. So yes, there's Grayscale's ETF for October 18th, but then we have just tomorrow, October 19th, 21 shares, Core XRP Trust. The next day, Bitwise. Then on the 23rd, Canary Capital. The 25th, Wisdom Tree. And on the 14th, Franklin Templeton. So there's still a lot that's being lined up, and we have to wait and see how this plays out. Now, meanwhile, the number of wallets that are holding at least 10,000 XRP, it continues to climb. It's now hitting an all-time high according to recent ledger data that shows clear accumulation from mid-tier investors and smaller institutions, possibly positioning ahead of the ETF decision. It's the same pattern we saw before Bitcoin's ETF approvals: steady growth in mid-size holders, which often hints at upcoming institutional demand. And sure, whales aren't the only ones prepping. We also have retail that's stacking up too. Now, here's something that's flying under the radar. Ripple's partnership with Amazon Web Services has quietly expanded. Ripple is reportedly using AWS to scale its tokenization and liquidity services, taking advantage of Amazon's enterprise-grade infrastructure to make ODL faster, safer, and more reliable. This isn't just about cloud storage, it's about future-proofing the XRP ecosystem. Ripple is building the digital plumbing that could power global finance once institutional adoption kicks in. The integration means Ripple can handle massive transaction volume with better speed and security, a must if ETFs and major financial firms start moving serious capital through XRP ledger-based systems. It's a strategic move that positions Ripple as not just a crypto company, but a global tech backbone for the financial sector. And Ripple's US banking ambitions are also gaining steam. The company has received preliminary approval for Ripple National Trust Bank, a federally chartered entity that would let Ripple custody crypto assets, manage tokenized deposits, and settle payments under strict US banking regulations. This bridges the gap between crypto and traditional finance in a way few others projects can. So imagine wiring US dollars that instantly convert to XRP. They settle across borders and arrive as local currency, all inside a compliant banking system. That's the vision here. Ripple isn't just trying to participate in global payments, it's trying to redefine them from the ground up. And finally, Japan. They continue to solidify their position as one of XRP's strongest global markets. Japanese banks and payment providers are expanding their use of RippleNet for remittances, especially between Tokyo, Southeast Asia, and the Philippines. SBI Holdings remains one of Ripple's biggest allies, and local institutions are now testing tokenized yen settlements built on XRP Ledger sidechains. Japan's regulators have long been supportive of XRP's use in finance, and that open environment is turning the country into a model for real-world adoption. This isn't speculation, it's infrastructure being built step by step, proving that XRP's global utility is quietly growing behind the scenes. And on top of that, you can take a look here from Mr. Zoom, and on their little chart analysis, they say, how are you not bullish on XRP? So you can see here what they're defining as several different chart patterns, which would potentially lead into another major push up. Now, taking a quick look here at the price chart. You guys can see that the price of XRP on the day is now officially green. We had 4 days that closed out in the red. That VWAP, that purple line, that had been dropping. So the fact that we are now above that line is showing some bullish indicator movement. So that's definitely a good sign. Also keep in mind that back on October 10th, we had what was being suggested as an entry point for shorting. This really stemmed off a lot of other action that followed after the first price climb, starting here on October 11th, ended on October 13th, and then we saw those 4 days where it just wiped out everything from those 3 previous days, and then even more. And it dropped down below the Fibonacci retracement level, went down to about $2.19. Or actually, I'd say that was closer to right around $2.20. And then here on the new day, we are green. It did shoot all the way up to around $2.40. Conveniently, right really close to where we saw on October 17th, that highest point. So there's a bit of resistance that's taking place at that level. We can even see that lining up pretty closely here with what happened back on October the 11th. So keep an eye on $2.40. And as far as the Bollinger Band, it continues to widen out even more. People are wondering what's going to happen with these ETFs if they get approved. And I think that there's definitely potential for a large increase in volume. We're already seeing it larger here than what we did through this time period. But we'll have to see how the news comes out. Just keep in mind, guys, with the government shutdown, it definitely could delay things as far as it fully being implemented. But the approval, that might itself actually be announced as early as today. Maybe even when you're watching this, the news already came out. But that's what I got for you guys. I have a referral link down in the description below for BTCC. You can go ahead and check out that website and learn a little bit more. And again, I have my referral link there. And thank you so much to my Patreon supporters and my YouTube members. God bless, guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.